using the quadratic formula. Let's recap how we use a quadratic formula to solve quadratic equations to work out the unknown value of x. Okay, so we've got a question here that says solve the equation 9x squared plus 15x plus 5 equals 0. Give your answer to correct 2 decimal places. Okay, well, first of all, we need to know what the quadratic formula is. So let's write that down now. The quadratic formula is minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And as you know that in maths, if you've got things next to each other, it means times. So 4ac means 4 times a times c, and 2a at the bottom means 2 times a. Okay, so my quadratic expression or equation is 9x squared plus 15x plus 5. Okay, well, our quadratic formula has A, B, and C letter in it. So we need to know which number is A, which number is B, and which number is C. So don't make the mistake of thinking the first number is A, the second number is B, the last number is C. Often it is, but sometimes the examiner might trick you and move the numbers around or the expressions around. So the number in front of the x squared is always A. The number in front of the x is always B. And then the constant number that's on its own is always C. Okay. Now we need to plug these numbers into our quadratic formula. So we've got minus b. So I'm going to have minus, and my b is 15. Plus or minus, okay, we've got b squared, which is 15 squared, minus 4ac. Now I'm just going to put this in brackets because it means 4 times a times c. So I'm going to put it in brackets because I'm going to times them all together. So I've got 4 times, my a is 9 and my c is 5, okay, all divided by 2 times a, which is 9. Okay. Right, so I've got minus 15 here, plus or minus the square root of, now I've got 15 squared, which I'm going to work out, is 225, minus 4 times 9 times 5 is 180, all over 2 times 9, which is 18. Okay, well, I can work this out, can't I? I've got minus 15 plus or minus the square root of 225 minus 180, which is 45, all over 18. Now I'm going to show you 2 ways of answering this question. I can tap this into my calculator. Now, the reason I've got a picture of a Casio calculator here is just so that you can see what buttons to press. If you press this button here, you end up with a fraction. And then you could tap this thing here that you've just worked out. You can tap that in exactly how it is and press equals, and you will be able to get your answer. So if you press this fraction button here, then you can do minus 15. And then obviously what you need to do is you need to do the plus sign first, and then you need to do the minus sign. So if we do the plus sign first, so what I'm going to do on my calculator is, so if I just write this down here at the side, okay, I've got minus 15 plus square root of 45 over 18. That's what I'm going to type in first on my calculator. So minus 15 plus the square root of 45 divided by 18. I end up with, and it says 2 decimal places, so 0.46. And then on my calculator, I'm going to type in minus 15 minus the square root of 45 all over 18. And what you just do is you use your back button. It's a shortcut, which is this button here. Just use this back button to go all the way to the plus sign, and then obviously you press delete to get rid of the plus, and then you can just press subtract and then replace the plus with a subtract. That's quicker rather than typing it out all again, or you can just type it out again if you want to. But if I type that into my calculator to 2 decimal places, I get 1.21. Okay, and that is my final answer. I have solved a quadratic equation using the quadratic formula to work out the values of x. Okay, so my answer is minus 0.46 or minus 1.21. Okay. Thank you for watching.